Hi guys! So I had a few things I wanted to talk about tonight. I went to Olive Garden with my dad for dinner for the holidays, and he brought up a good point, because I was like talking about how everything's Matrix, right? And he's like, well, if this is a Matrix, who's programming it? Because I told him about the hypnotism too, and he was like, is your subconscious programming it? Or are you programming it? Or like, what is that even? So I took a minute to think about it, and I'm like, well, okay, so like our souls are like droplets of water, right? So our consciousness is both individualized and we're in the cloud, right? So we have a connection because that's what we are to that, but we also create from our own perspective too. So as I said this, I'm like realizing like, oh, so definitely the co-creation thing. It's us, but it's also that collective creation. So this just connects to a lot of other things I received this week too. I don't know what to talk about first. I guess I'll talk about, so the other sync that I keep meaning to tell you guys, but I haven't actually brought it up until now, that I've been seeing very strongly is, do you guys know the logo for Starbucks with the mermaid with the two tails? Well, I was at Olive Garden, no, not Olive Garden, I'm sorry, Cheesecake Factory tonight, and their logo, sorry, not their logo, they have murals, like fake frescoes and art downstairs and wherever in the building, and they had this one woman who's like laying in a river, and I'm like, I wonder who that is, like in mythology, right? So, I look it up, and meanwhile I've seen these Starbucks logos and they're popping out at me like they're highlighted a couple times. So I was like, this has gotta mean something. So I look up Lady of the River, and there's this mythological character. I don't know if you guys know of her. Her name is Melusine, Melusine. So this is such starseed stuff right here. I can't even. So her whole story, get this, like sometimes she's depicted as a mermaid with two tails, and sometimes she's depicted as having a serpent tail. Sometimes she has wings. There's a version of the story where they go to Avalon, like just the starseed things here. She's also kind of like a water nymph, and so they called her the fairy of medieval economic growth, and she was a shapeshifter, and when people exposed her in the bath, different things would happen in different legends, but anyway, the bath, like your connection to the best place to connect, I've been saying this, to your higher selves. So there's something here. And what's really interesting, and another reason she's a great corporate icon, she didn't die. In one myth she goes invisible, but she like survives in all of these. So like, hello? Like, the starseeds, this is how they pulled us through. This is how we were able to make it all these years, even in the Dark Ages, because this, even though she wasn't necessarily so great a character, there were definitely some, you know, but anyway, like, I think this is amazing. I didn't even know she really existed, and this is really coming up right now. I don't know if this has to do with like what Magenta Pixie calls Divine Princess Aurora, but I don't know, there's something here. And the other thing I've been channeling all week is the Yahyel. If you guys don't know about the Yahyel race, they're these aliens that have like super big eyes, and they're supposedly like beautiful hybrid children of the human race. This came up because first I saw Ivan Teller's video, and I'm like, and he was like, I love his stuff. I shouldn't talk about anyone by name. I really think he's amazing. But it was very like on the technology side of things, and should we we should be careful about these seductive beings. And then, of course, I ran into my friend who was like, I think you have a message for me. And she's like super Ascended Master Star Seedy spiritual person too. But she literally looks like a Yahyel and like has issues with her son with technology and like, what was the other thing too? Like, just the synchronicities this week have been insane. But, oh yeah, just like, so, I'm like, last night I had to like channel a Yahyel being and get their perspective and all of this too. So I'm like, is there a problem with them in technology? Because I'm thinking back to the Zeta, and I think that there is something that has to be either finished or healed with these beings, because they believe themselves to have a great relationship with technology. And this has like been my thing all day, going back and forth, like, I took the TV out of my room and that felt great, but that's like a little thing. Part of me really wants to be just Abraham Hicksy about everything and be like, yo, technology is what you make of it, it's what you think, you don't have to create negative things like when you think about it. And then part of me is like, yeah, but you're not going to get above maybe 8 or 11D if you're still so connected to technology. So I've been, now I'm blurry. Sorry, technology. No, but I think, so this is what the Yahyel are trying to do. They're trying to pull in technology in a way that we would still be able to ascend through the higher dimensions, because well, I don't know what now is anymore. At this juncture of past, present, future timelines, including the present of the future timelines, if that makes sense to anyone, from where we're at right now, it's indeterminate as of yet whether there will be a way to bring technology into the not non-duality, but multidimensionality effectively. And the final message that I got when looking at all of this tonight was that the Yahyel are going to use this Melusine to try and do this. I don't know how yet. And I mean, maybe this is a collective consciousness thing we're working on. I don't really actively project a meditation that's like, let's let technology be only for the best timelines, but hey, I don't think it could hurt us. Yeah, let's try to do that maybe. Maybe we can make it work out for our Yahyel children. Maybe focus. Thank you. Maybe we should focus on the best outcomes for all technological timelines. It's a big thing. And yeah, if we can make little sacrifices, that's what the being I spoke to last night, that's basically what he was saying. He was like, yeah, we can just cut back technology a little, we don't have to eliminate it completely to ascend through all the dimensions. And yeah, if that doesn't exist already, let's create that. That's my final word of the evening. Okay, have a great night, guys. Mwah. Blessings and better dreams.